What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Ryan Prentice, a rather crypto guy, and I would like to welcome you back to the Master Podcast, Mini Pods. In this episode, Nestor hops on TikTok Live and explains the law of supply and demand and how it correlates to Bitcoin. If y'all haven't checked out our TikTok Live or IG Lives, I highly suggest you do so. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at the Masternodes, and someone on our team will be happy to answer them. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this clip from our TikTok Live.
So let's talk about what is the law of supply and demand. What is this theory? Well, basically explains the relationship between sellers and buyers. When people buy more things or more of a product, then more people are going to want to supply that, right? So this basically is like when there's a lot of buying and a lot of selling, how this works. Now, how does this work with cryptocurrency? We talk about Louis Vuitton, right? Louis Vuitton is very, very expensive because there is not a lot of just Louis Vuitton out there, right? So when it comes to this bag, it is really high in demand, but there's not a lot of supply, so that is why it's expensive, right? So this kind of that relationship. Now think about this in terms of gold, for example. This is a good one. When you have gold, there's only a certain amount of gold in the world, right? There's only a certain amount of gold that is mined, right? That is out of the ground in gold bars, in necklaces. There's only a certain amount out there, right? So that's why when the dollar inflates in value, which means your dollar is worth less, gold is appreciating over time because there is only a set amount of gold in the world. So using that example, now you can transfer that over very easily to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, there is a set amount of Bitcoin out there in the world. 21 million Bitcoin max. That's a max supply. So when you have more people getting into cryptocurrency, you have more of a demand, but supply is becoming less. Then that's where we have huge spikes in prices of Bitcoin. This is why Bitcoin was able to go from literally less than pennies to what it is now, 36,000, what it hit 69,000. So we have these huge upswings because there's a very, very limited supply of Bitcoin. So 21 million, that's the number, that's the max amount of Bitcoin that's ever going to be created. Now, how much Bitcoin is out already? It's a question a lot of people ask. There is 19 million Bitcoin out already. Now, how are they going to have this only 2 million Bitcoin? How are they going to have 2 million Bitcoin and spread it out so that everybody can get some Bitcoin, right? Not just people who got in at the beginning. Well, they do that with something called a halving event. So they basically are splitting the amount of Bitcoin that are going out in half every 4 years. Now, this is very crucial to how Bitcoin cycles work because it's every 4 years and it's getting cut so drastically. The price of Bitcoin can have a huge fluctuation in price. Now, before Bitcoin was going out in the millions, let's just say, per block. And then it got split to the hundred thousands the next 4 years. And then the next 4 years, it got split into tens of thousands Bitcoins per block. And then even less to, the thousands and then 500s. And right now, we're at a point where Bitcoin is coming out 12, I think it's 6.25 Bitcoin per block. Now that's going to get cut in half again to 3 Bitcoin per block. Now, if you're a miner, for example, and you are controlling supply by mining Bitcoin, you're going to be having supply and you're going to be able to sell it. Would you sell it when it's more expensive or when it's cheaper? Well, I would sell it when it's more expensive. So they're able to hold on to this Bitcoin to cause this supply to even go down lower and then they're able to use that to sell their Bitcoin at these tops. This is kind of how Bitcoin works on a very smaller scale. Here at the Masternodes, we are not making any claims as to income you may earn. Before entering any agreement, please use caution and seek the advice of a professional advisor, such as attorney or financial advisor.
Please ensure your own research is done before investing any money into the market.